Guys, what is going on? Another human part money ritual dealing syndicate has been exposed in Ghana after it was discovered that 4 people were buried in what looks like a shrine. And it's being said that these victims buried here were lured, killed, and their body parts dismembered and sold to different people from different walks of life. Mostly native doctors, prophetess, and who knows, Yahoo boys. Now, this shocking discovery was made in Blokope community in Volta region of Ghana, and it was due to an ongoing investigation the Ghanaian police had launched as far back as 2024. In December of 2024, where a young man, a 28-year-old man by the name of Nelson Ayina, went missing mysteriously. For the past 7 months, the Ghanaian police have been investigating the strange, unusual disappearance of this young man, and it took them this whole time to discover where this man was buried all the while. And just when they thought they were only going there to get Nelson's remains, they learned that, yeah, Nelson was not the only victim to the people who had brought him there to destroy his life. So apparently, back in December of 2024, it was said that the victim, Nelson, was in constant communication with a young lady named Tina. He was asking her out, hoping she would be his girlfriend, and eventually they fixed a date to meet, and Nelson went to pay Tina a visitation, and that was the last time anyone saw Nelson alive. What Nelson did not know was that Tina already had a boyfriend, and what Nelson did not also know was that Tina and the boyfriend were human part dealers. However, it would take the police 7 months to make this shocking discovery, because around that period of time when he went missing, they said they arrested Tina. The police picked up Tina and the boyfriend during their investigation. It may have started earlier this year though. They picked them up for questioning because they were still treating it as a missing person. And people who knew Nelson was aware that the last person he spoke to was the girl Tina that he was asking out. And I'm sure he would have told his friends about it, and that was why the police went through that trail. What we don't know is whether or not Tina and the boyfriend, whose name is Wisdom, confessed anything to the police. But I guess they probably didn't, because if they did, it wouldn't take that long to find out where Nelson was buried. However, we got to learn that the police made several more arrests. The police arrested multiple people along with Tina and the boyfriend Wisdom. 4 more people were arrested in connection to the disappearance of Nelson. And somewhere along the 7 months long investigation, the police got a breakthrough. One of them broke. One of them finally confessed and told the truth and took the police to the site where Nelson was buried, which turned out to be the site of a native doctor who was also part of the people arrested along the line. The native doctor by the name of Noah was the one who took the police to the site where Nelson was believed to have been buried. And in a shocking twist of events, when they were going to exhume Nelson's body, the police learns that not only Nelson was buried in that shrine. It's unclear if these people had already made a previous confession to the police that where they would be going, there were other people there. But somehow, some way, in the process of evacuating Nelson's body, the police learns that multiple other people, about 4 more people, just like Nelson, had been killed, dismembered, and their body parts sold, with the remains buried in that shrine. As at the time of making this video, the story seemed to be developing. Nobody has understood the full picture yet. We don't even know how much involvement Tina and the boyfriend had in this and the role of the other people. We do know one of them is a native doctor and the others may be people who may have bought several parts of the bodies being sold in this small body parts market. It's just so unbelievable. This is something that we hear happen a lot in Nigeria, and to hear it happen in Ghana, it's like, what is going on? Is this the year of people getting exposed for money ritual and human sacrifice? And from what we hear, they were selling this body part for 7,000 Ghanaian cedis, 8,000 Ghanaian cedis. So this is business. This is money. This is not just about supernatural powers or them trying to sacrifice to a god. This is a market. a human part market, a body part market where people go to buy several body parts. But again, when you look at the people that they are selling to, prophets, prophetess, native doctors, basically it's the same thing that we see even in Nigeria, the same format, the same system. Because who goes to a market to buy a human head, a human skull, a heart, a leg? We are pretty much in a generation where things like this will continue to happen if people are not educated properly. Because what is going on? A young man just looking for love ends up being used for human sacrifice, end up being sold in the black markets to people who want to make soap for Yahoo boys. This is just ridiculous. So let's just hope and see how the story develops, and stay following this page. So should there be any updates, I will let you guys know.